So step 2 is done. We now have our IDs for the age groups, we have the age group and the categories. What's missing now is step number 4. We need to create this fact population table, which contains the country ID from our DIM region table and also the age group ID from our age table we just created. Additionally, this table should contain information not related to the age or the region, so the year, the gender, and the population. So that's the goal now. Let's create this table. Back in the project, and as we need a new table, a new query, we will follow our well-known approach, which means we'll right-click onto our population combined query and create a reference. We'll then drag and drop this reference into our data model group, which is not working for me at the moment. I'm not sure. Let's see. Now it worked. Let's rename this quickly. Right here. This time it should be the fact population table, like this. As I said, we could use a duplicate here too, but I'll stick to the references also as it makes it easier for you to track the applied steps here in the right part. So let's wait a few seconds until this query was loaded completely. So this is our fact population query with lots of information. We'll see what type of information we need and which information we might get rid of. But there is one important information missing. Here in the first column, we have our country ID. This will be our connector to the DIM region table here. This is fine. But we don't have our age ID, so this column right here, in our fact population table. We do have our age group though, so we could also use this, but actually I want to work with IDs. Therefore, we should first add the age ID to our fact population query. And how can we add missing columns to an existing query? Well, with the merge queries feature. So here in the home ribbon, we go to merge queries right here. And now in our fact population table, we select the age group, because in the DIM age table, this one right here, we also have this age group. And this is now the reason why I said before that we have to keep this initial age group column, because otherwise this merge wouldn't work. And as we want to merge our data, well, we need these two columns. Again, this can take a while, so don't be worried. We have to wait for around about a minute maybe. That's totally normal here. Now it's done, and we can see that we match all our rows. No surprise here, because we prepared our data correctly, obviously. This means we can now finish this merge, and this means we have to wait one more time, but then we are almost done. Here it is. And let's now see what information we actually need. So let's click onto our expand symbol here and let's unselect all columns. And we don't want to use the original column name as prefix because we only need one column here, and this is our age ID. So let's select this. With that, we have our IDs in here. This means now we have lots of information in our fact population query, but actually we want to keep it as lean as possible. Therefore, we should now check which columns we actually need. And for this, in the home ribbon, we can go to choose column and click it right here. And now let's see what is required here. Because the logic in the end is that our regional data should be in the DIM region table, the age-specific data in the DIM age table, and the fact population table only contains the IDs of the country and the age, because in the next module, when we work in the data model, we can establish a logic which allows our tables to then connect with each other or communicate with each other. So therefore, we should make sure that our IDs are in our fact population table. The country data, not required because this is part of the DIM region table, so let's unselect this. The year, the gender, yes, both should be part of the fact population table. The age group, no, it shouldn't, because the age group was now replaced basically by our age ID. Therefore, let's untick that box. And with that, I think our fact population table looks good, so let's see. Very nice. Now we only have 5 columns left in here. Let's maybe drag the age ID to the second column here, just to have the country ID and the age ID after each other. Then we have the year, the gender, and the population. And with that, we finished our star schema actually. We are almost done with this module, therefore, there are actually 2 more things I would like to have a look at. One thing are basic mathematical operations here, and the second thing is performance. How can we make the performance a bit better here? Let's dive into mathematical operations first now.